I just wanted to welcome everyone to this wonderful centre here, the Penny Braun Centre, a place for advocating wellbeing and health. And I'm really pleased that we're coming here to talk. Because by doing so, we're supporting them, but also you can wander around their lovely gardens. Just a few little housekeeping things. We are going to record the speakers. If you don't want to be recorded, let us know. And secondly, we will be taking photos. You'll see from some of the slides why we love taking photos. I just want to welcome some esteemed guests. So really pleased that 3 of our PPIE, 3 out of the 10 of our PPIE group, Patient Public Involvement group, are here. So Eve, Kathy and Danuta, very esteemed guests. Thank you so much. Make me feel welcome because they've been such an important part of what we do. And we also have Dave Crosby here, who heads up, what's the title exactly?
Prevention Early Detection Research at Research UK.
Yes, yeah, so you direct the programme. So we can talk to David about our planned research, and actually, fortunately, we will be presenting some grant ideas, so you'll get a handle on that. Anything else I wanted to say? No, I think that's it. So to start off, we want to have a celebration day today because we want to talk about our scientific achievements over the last 10 years and future opportunities, and then provide some support. And then there will be speakers from professional services in the university discussing how they can support and transition our ideas, and also how PPIE can help. And we are very grateful to Cancer Research UK for funding our previous 2 programmes and the 3rd new programme. And that is, we always do, are very keen to play our part in helping fundraise. That's one fundraising event we've supported, Race for Life, and we support in other ways by writing about our work, so CRUK can use that in their philanthropic fundraising, and that is a really important part of what we do. So just to go through the history, the first grant we had was awarded in 2014 to the grand sum of £4.15. I've just noted the grand sum of 4.15 million, and that the history of how that came about is that Jenny Donovan was involved in the Cancer Programme Grant Funding Committee, and she said to me, there is this wonderful opportunity from Cancer Research UK, why don't you go for it? And one day I had flu, so I stayed at home, and I think it was flu. I felt really ill, but I thought, well, I'm at home, not doing any work, so why don't I write an outline for a grant? And I just wrote the page, sent it to Jenny and said, what do you think? And she said, absolutely fantastic. And then I phoned up Caroline Relton and said, what do you think about co-leading? Unfortunately, Caroline said yes, because she's been an absolutely essential part of what we've done. So that's the first grant in 2015 to 2020. And we had a fantastic launch. I do remember those days. They were absolutely fantastic. We had Richard Peter come to talk to us at our launch, and we had a public event about the value of vaping, largely related to helping people give up smoking. And then we got our second grant that was awarded in 2020 towards improved causal evidence, enhanced prediction of cancer risk and survival. And then we had a lovely launch event, and this is just some photos to remind you of the people past who were involved in our programme, and those are still continuing. And then we've just had awarded our third grant, which was from 2026 to 2031 at 2.5 million. And this grant will focus on obesity, so identifying targeted prevention strategies for obesity-related cancers. Okay, so I was thinking when I wrote this, what are the things that I'm most proud of over those last 10 years, and what I would like to really emphasize and see in the future. And I'm really proud of the fact that ICEP has become a very broad hub for the cancer community across Bristol. And actually, we also do, and actually a hub that allows us to collaborate with a wide range of people. So with ICEP, Matthias is here, with Queen's, Emma's here, with Imperial, with McGill in Canada, the Tata Memorial Centre in India. And I'm really proud of that fact. And I'm really keen that OSEP, even though it's got much more, it's much more focused on obesity-related cancer, whereas the other two were very broad, that we still maintain ourselves as a hub to encourage the community, to encourage collaborations right across the piece of population health science approaches to cancer. So that's my first real thing that I think we should all be proud of, because it's us who've created that. Then I'm really proud of the capacity building and training that we've done, and I'll show you some stats on that. We've done a lot. I've got to keep an eye on the time. Thirdly, I am really proud of the fact that we have been trailblazing, I think, in terms of incorporating PPI into causal and predictive epidemiology. And I was just talking to Kathy, and we've been talking about the challenges of that. Kathy's very used to working with trials and looking at patient information sheets, but we've done much, much more and very productively done it. I'm really proud of that. And then I'll just show some national and international impact. So that's the capacity building that I'm really proud of. So throughout that 10 years and into the future, we really have supported the careers of all these people and more, many, many more. But these are just some to highlight. From CRUK fellowships to PhDs, all the way through to research on this grant, to theme co-leads, to co-Is, all the way up to PIs. So ECRs really moving rapidly, and I'm really, really proud of that. We've become a cancer research hub. This slide, you won't get to see all the details, but we've had 49 in the last 5 years. This is in the last 5 years. 49 linked grants, to a value of 8 million. The capacity building in the last 5 years, again, we've trained 8 CRUK funded PhD students. But speaking to the hub thing I talked about, we've attracted a further 28 linked PhD students. So our co-Is and some of our named researchers are supervising a vast number of linked PhD students who want to come with us, linked to clinicians and so on who want to work with us and help us supervise their PhD students. In the last 5 years, 5 personal fellowships. We've got links with 20 clinicians across Bristol. We've got clinicians here today. We've got Helen and Anna, and we've supervised in the last 5 years 5 academic clinical training fellows. So that's on the that's on the NHS clinical training pathway for doctors. So we're involved in training clinicians as well as population health scientists. This was taken in India, and then we've had an international reach in terms of capacity building. We spent a week in India, and that's before they threw me in the pool or whatever. Wonderful times. Oh gosh, this is damn it! It's ruined. I think that was supposed to be a bit broad. This is our PPI group. They've been involved in several initiatives, all the way from 2020 all the way through to advising, and will continue to be an important aspect, a really important aspect of the future grant. These are all our people that we're collaborating with in the next grant. So you can see that we collaborate with a lot of people. We're really open to collaboration. It's complex to do. It adds a lot of hassle to the executive group, but we do it, and it's very important. Impact. I just wanted to say the other thing I'm proud of is our impact. And this is Becky. Where's Becky? Remember that? Oh, that was one of Becky's papers on sleep and cancer. And we were hauled out of our safe space in Glasgow, I remember, to do thousands of interviews for BBC and Sky, and you were quite junior, weren't you? So it was quite daunting. but she looked very professional there. So thank you, Becky. So that's one we've had impact by attracting. Our papers attract national and international press, but we've also had impact in other ways. So Paul and Matt, you've been working on identifying a DNA methylation array to help risk stratified people into the lung cancer screening program. Eventually, we will work with the NHS to translate that work. So really important work that we hope will go to the NHS, but we're going to talk about future funding for that. We have directly informed UK smoking and vaping tax policy through our understanding of the health effects of nicotine, and that was used to directly inform tax policy. So that's a major impact. And Katharina, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, she was going to come but has to cover for her clinical colleagues who are on long-term sick leave. With Julian, did a really impactful systematic review that has informed NICE guidelines for the diagnosis and treatment of glioma. So yeah, I'm on time. Without even practicing it, I'm usually obsessive about practicing it to get into time. With no practice, I've got into time, so I'm very proud of myself. I'm now going to try and play a video